The U.S. ambassador to Israel has reportedly asked the State Department to stop using the term occupied territories in documents, texts, and speeches concerning the West Bank. The international community considers the West Bank to be occupied since 1967, and literally dozens and dozens of resolutions at the UN over the decades have addressed this issue. But Israel's public broadcaster reports Ambassador David Friedman said the U.S. should start using the more neutral term West Bank territories. The State Department apparently is refusing to change its policy, saying the ambassador cannot change that policy on his own. But
well, Jeff, yet again, it shows the gap between the politicians, and in this case, David Friedman aligning himself with Donald Trump and with the politicians, and on the other hand, the lawyers and the diplomats at the State Department. Go back to that famous declaration on Jerusalem, the now famous declaration on Jerusalem. Donald Trump comes out and famously says that the United States recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. But Jeff, you know what? If you're sitting in a cafe today, let's say the Tumultuous Shalom Cafe in West Jerusalem, drinking your hot chocolate on a chilly winter day, what country are you sitting in? According to the United States, you're not sitting in the state of Israel. Jerusalem, from their perspective, still an international zone. So again, we're seeing the gap between the political declaration of Jerusalem as capital of Israel and the State Department coming out and saying Jerusalem might be the capital of Israel, but it's not actually part of Israel. And again, David Friedman saying, from my perspective, I don't want to call the West Bank occupied because I might not see it as occupied. The State Department obviously pushing back. Again, the more these issues are reopened, again, the chances are increased that Donald Trump at some point will be asked to make a judgment. And again, that will simply inflame feelings and passions on both sides.